Let's bring in Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia of California now. Congressman, thanks for joining us. From your view, where do things stand? Can this Congress get its act together before tomorrow night?
Well, first, welcome to the Elon Musk presidency, one where Donald Trump has been relegated to be the vice president. Clearly, what Elon Musk wants, Elon Musk is going to get. And what we're at right now is complete chaos on the Republican side. We have a government shutdown that is looming, that is real, right before Christmas. And we should be really clear. What we're talking about here is not paying our military members during the holidays, not paying our TSA workers during the holidays, not paying the people that are working on all of our holiday travel, that are out there working for us every single day. So this is an incredibly serious moment. It's one where Speaker Johnson has lost complete control, and clearly where Elon Musk is pulling the strings of what Republicans should be doing. So it's quite chaotic, but Democrats are united. We had a bipartisan deal negotiated, and they've completely gone and turned their backs on it.
And so you just got out of this House Democrats meeting. We saw Leader Jeffries' comments yesterday. But if there's a shutdown, everyone loses. So what do you see as your party's role right now?
Well, first, there's nothing now right now on the table. And so Republicans are going to have to decide what they bring forward. But we don't expect anything to happen here in the next few hours. We think that they're obviously negotiating right now. It's important for our leadership to continue meetings within our own caucus. But what we're clear on is we do not want the government to shut down. And we had a deal in place. And let's think about this. The deal that was in front of the Congress had $100 billion for disaster relief for states across the country like North Carolina, like Florida, like California. It was necessary and needed to get help to the people on the ground. And Republicans have now turned their back on disaster relief and on supporting farmers across the country. On top of that, you have 85% of the federal workforce, by the way, who work outside of Washington, D.C., millions of Americans who are depending on services now in really a dire situation right before the holidays with this shutdown looming. And so they need to get something in front of the Congress. What that's going to be, we're not exactly sure, but clearly Elon Musk is pulling the strings.
We just heard what Trump told NBC News about all this, claiming Democrats want to get rid of the debt ceiling. That's what he's advocating is included in this legislation. Would Democrats team up with Trump to get rid of the debt ceiling once and for all?
Look, I think a lot of Democrats are happy to have a debate about the debt ceiling. But let's be crystal clear why Donald Trump wants to actually eliminate the debt ceiling. Because he wants to have the unlimited ability to take all of this country's wealth fought and earned by middle-class and working-class Americans and redistribute all that money to the top 1%, to billionaires and the companies that they own, while giving tax cuts to the very rich. That's why Donald Trump wants to eliminate the debt ceiling, because he wants to essentially take all of this wealth and give it to the very rich and his richest friends. So let's be clear about why Donald Trump wants to have that debate.
You mentioned this is the Elon Musk presidency, your words. Musk and others in the MAGA wing are calling for a shutdown to last up to Trump's inauguration, when Republicans would have a trifecta in Washington. What do you say to that?
It's shameful. And I think this idea that we're going to play with people's lives, particularly during the holidays, let's be very clear that people don't get paid. Our military, our folks that are depending at our VA hospitals, the people that are working in our nation's airports would not be receiving pay during a shutdown. The people that we depend to help seniors with Social Security, with Medicare, those folks would not be receiving a paycheck. And so this is actually very serious for working class Americans across the country. And this idea that Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, could care less about people and harming folks because he wants to take more of their hard-earned money is shameful, it's dangerous, and we should fight against it every single day here in Congress.
Do you think Speaker Johnson comes out of all this retaining the Speaker title?
I mean, who knows? I can tell you one thing is that Democrats are not going to save Speaker Johnson. That's a decision for the Republicans to make. That's a decision that obviously Elon Musk and Donald Trump are going to be involved in. And so that's really up to them. But there's no question that he's been completely ineffective. You don't come forward with a bipartisan deal that both sides agree to and then not even put that deal on the floor. By the way, a deal, by the way, that the Republican Party essentially had coalesced around. And so whether he survives this or not, that's going to be up to him and his party.